Now, battery swapping station, it is a technology that is quite unique onto Nio. And many of you will know that Nio, as I'm doing this video, they've completed over 84 million battery swaps using their battery swapping stations, which that, of course, shows the reliability of this infrastructure. This is the biggest game changer that separates Nio from all the other new energy vehicle car makers globally, which is absolutely great to see Nio's technology of battery swapping offering this kind of convenience, which makes people all over the world to talk about it. I mean, Nio right now, as I'm doing this video, their latest battery swapping station, which is the 4th generation, it is able to complete a battery swap in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, right? This is what we know. And the first generation to complete a battery swap, which by the way it was in 2018, first generation, completes battery swapping in what? In just over 5 minutes, which again from that first generation, which completes battery swapping over 5 minutes or less than 6 minutes, and to this 4th generation, which is able to complete battery swapping in 2.5 minutes. There is no charger out there that can still beat the first generation, or the time that the first generation battery swaps the battery inside a Nio car. This analysis that I just told you here, it's what makes Nio stand out. It's what will make Nio to be in the game forever, for ages, right? Think about it. Nio started deploying battery swapping stations in 2018. Till today, there is no charger that has been made in the market that can be as fast as the battery swapping that Nio deployed in 2018. This is why I invest onto Nio, man, because we are not even talking about second, third, and this 4th generation battery swapping station they are currently deploying. Just from the battery swapping stations they were deploying in 2018, there is no charger that can come and charge as fast as their first generation battery swapping station. This shows you or demonstrates to you the kind of a company Nio is. It is for that reason that I even told you that the comments made by the Xpeng CEO of saying in the next 5 years only 5 EV companies are going to remain. I told you that Nio is going to be one of the company that remains because of this. One of the reasons, because of being battery swapping stations. I am telling you, man, this technology, it's just a game changer. And by the way, another reason why I'm doing this video today, over and above just reminding you about the massive potential that lies with battery swapping and why it will make Nio to win at the end of the day, is that the highway to Mount Everest from today the 29th, all those that are traveling using that highway, I think it is called the Highway 318, right? They will be getting unlimited free battery swap along the route, along that highway route to Mount Everest, which is something that is very, very good, right? Because this again, when I tell you that Nio, it will be very difficult for Nio to go to bankruptcy, this demonstrates or proves to you why I was saying that, because Nio can just announce, Nio can just say they are giving free battery swaps for a week everywhere in China, and guess what? That will will play a huge role in terms of making the consumers or Chinese consumers wanting to buy a car that can be able to perform a battery swap. Meaning that if they can't buy a Nio car because it's quite pricey, they will go to ONVO. If they can't buy ONVO, they will go to Firefly. This is what makes me to remain long. This is what makes me to remain strong onto Nio, because at the end of the day, without battery swapping, I don't think Nio would receive or would be having the kind of an attention that it has. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Without Nio, I don't think China will be recognized the way they are, because Nio, it is one of the biggest EV player in China, if not the biggest Chinese EV player globally. I mean, look at technology. We have discussed a lot. Gartner Index, we have discussed a lot. Yesterday, we were talking about after sales services. Without Nio, China's recognition on the fast growing EV space would not be where is it, right? I mean, Nio is changing the game completely, and many people thought battery swapping is just a waste of money. And can I tell you something? A lot of people still don't realize the massive potential that battery swapping that lies. They don't see the potential that lies within this technology, because at the end of the day, the partners, the other new energy vehicle car makers that have partnered with Nio, the, the moment they start utilizing Nio's battery swapping station or battery swapping stations, can you imagine the number of battery swaps that Nio will be completing per day? It's just going to be so crazy, I'm telling you. And without even going to them, just with the Nio cars only, looking at how many cars that Nio is selling, or it's still going to sell. I mean, even with the model that is doing the most currently for Nio, which is the L90, ONVO L90, Nio has already disclosed or told us that over 70% of the people that are buying the L90, they are buying it with battery as a service. They want to use or utilize Nio's battery swapping stations, which is something that, again, it's so great, it's massive, and it makes me to look forward to what is coming onto Nio. I mean, if there's one thing that I like about this technology, is that over and above offering convenience to the Nio users, by them maybe by them not required to step out of the car, as everything battery swapping is done autonomously, it is helping the Chinese government to store power. Battery swapping stations offers the Chinese government an option to store up a lot of power, because these battery swapping stations, they are power storages. Someone said it very nicely and said they are like power banks. These are power banks for China, and in terms or in case of needs, we have seen this in the past. What happens when some of the cities in China or some of the regions are not having this power or electricity? Nio battery swapping station is able to deploy it back. That alone deserves its own video, but hopefully I will do a video just about that, why China, or the part of the reason why China will never allow Nio to go down the drain or to go to bankruptcy. It is because of this technology that they are offering, battery swapping. And knowing that Nio has got China, has been pumping in money onto Nio, you and me can agree that we need to brace ourselves for what's coming. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering will be rewarded. This is just the beginning. It's not the end of the rally. And don't you think for a moment that we are going to go back to $3.60. It will not happen, because the Nio that we are seeing now, it's very much different from the Nio that we saw in July, not August, July. But anyways, let me end this video here. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you.